All right, everybody. So we want a stable chair, nothing that's rolling. If it has a little pad on it, that might be helpful, but not a have to right this minute. Okay, and then we're gonna try our new loop cloth bands. But before we get going on all of that, let's warm up our body and our hips a bit. So let's outward rotate right away, and we're gonna go all the way down in a nice deep squat. And all the way back up. Inhale and exhale. Good. And then stay in our half bend and baby lunge. Knees over toes. Let's add a little Tai Chi movement through the middle here. You can slow it down to get your back involved. And a little rotation movement. And then slowly take those arms, keep your balance, and overhead. And then gently back down. And around back to center. All right, then toes straight ahead. We're going to push out and in, and we're going to bend both knees. You can stick your tail out now for this one. A bit more of a deeper fitness squat. And also conditioning for if you ever had to lift something from the floor. We want to make this stance super strong. Boom. You got it. Then a half bend and baby lunges, shifting weight, toes and knees straight ahead. You can lean forward a little bit, but your core is still fired. And then we're going to add our little windmill arm, reaching opposite fingers to toes, toward toes. Good. And back to center and up. All right. Now, while we're in peak conditioning mode, I'm going to just, whatever position you can maneuver your chair around in, I'm going to do this next footwork behind the chair. So we would typically be in our parallel, and as we bend both knees, straighten and rise up. So you can either do a one hand or two. I'll let you pick, but really center that pelvis, stack super tall as we do bend, straighten, lift the heels all the way up. Now you've got the chair to get all the way up there. Sometimes we cheat, so I wanted the chair to help us get into some ranges that we don't typically, until we have a little extra support to get all the way up there. Really lift those heels, spread those toes, come up high on the balls of the feet. Breathe. Really work those feet. Nice. And now touching one heel at a time. And keep going really high, back up to that high place in between. Try not to cheat there. Nice. And then lay down the top of the toes. Gently allow that little gentle press toward the floor. And the other side. Good. And just flick that out. I'm just going to raise this a little bit. All right. We're actually going to stay here for a little bit more hip warm up. So we're going to still keep our nice centered pelvis. So you know what that means, right? If your tail is sticking out, you're in 12 o'clock. If you're tucked under, you're in your 6. So you want halfway in between, and you feel a nice pull in and up in that front core, around the waist, and your tail's going straight down. All right, and then your head stacked. Okay, from that position, we're going to do our lateral side kicks. So I'll show you from this side. You're just lifting laterally, keeping the toes and knees straight ahead and directly out to the side. And you want to keep growing taller through the crown of the head as you lift. And at any point that pelvis goes to shift toward 12 or 6, bring it back. More. Done. All right, now we're going to the back. To go to the back, I want you to take just a slight hinge forward, flat back, just to allow a little bit more space to go back behind you without sacrificing the lumbar. So straight back kick, pull your core in, nice and stable in the front. Got it. Now we're going to head on that back diagonal. So from the front, it would look like a back diagonal kick. So from the chair, recenter back up, and a little back diagonal. If you still need to take a slight hinge forward, do so. So this angle gets different parts of the glutes that we need for hip health as well as low back health. You got it. All right. And then just do a big old butt wiggle. Just shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. I have taught many clients this little wiggle. And that's how you relieve some stress. All right. So now I am going to have you stand sideways with your chair. So if you need a moment to move that, because now we're going to the front. You just hang on with one hand. We're going to just do straight leg lifts to the front. Keep the knee as straight as you can. Continue to grow tall. Core is still coming in and up. Still breathing. Easy does it. You got it. And now I'm going to come behind the chair because I've got to have more room now to go to my front diagonal. So still careful of the chair. Now we're going to do our front diagonal kick. So you can see we're getting all positions of the hip in just little leg lifts. And it's amazing how tiring this is, right? It looks so easy. What the heck? And all of a sudden our legs are so heavy. What happened? There's no leg weights on there. Exactly. All right, one more wiggle. You got it, you got it, you got it. All right, so I'm going to leave my chair there for a moment, and I'm just going to do my figure 8 with the pelvis. So shifting weight. Now just ease that back out and let that go up the spine. Neck, shoulders, arms, really shoulder blades. Kind of work it out, a little spine dance. You got it. And then back to shoulder rolls. And then careful of the chair and go into your backstroke. Got it. And then a palm up swing press. Watch out. She got room. To lift that heart a little bit. Breathing in. Exhausted sighs out. You got it. All right. Now we're going to side bend. So hold on to that pelvis. Lift it up. Ease it over. And center. Inhale, reach. All right, and then we'll do some more range on the chair. All right, so I'm going to move my chair into the screen now. We're going to have a seat with our band. And oh yeah, we're going to get work out. Okay, now I know there can be a lot of animosity or fear of using a chair for workouts, and then it might, scream, old people or something. But I'm going to tell you what, there are some things that we have to keep conditioned or we will lose them. And the chair offers a fabulous, stable way to condition those things. Like that stuff we just did. How much easier was it to hold on, right? So I don't want us to feel bad we're losing a chair. I want you to learn how to really stay strong, and especially strong in your daily activities with the help of a chair, all right? And then we're even going to add, other props to our chair use. So we're going to have a nice variety. All right, but the first thing we're going to do, put this baby right behind you on your chair. I want you to come to the edge of your seat. So I want you to find where your sits bones are, right on your edge. Now I'm going to have you take your, parallel, nice straight out, straightforward parallel, equal with your hips, and your feet right underneath you. And believe it or not, we are going to learn how to apply Pilates to simply standing and sitting, and how to make that an exercise so that you do not lose these muscles, because that will scream, right? We know that that's one of the things that take us from independent living to not so. Hold on. Okay, so enough yakety yak. Here we go. So you want to power up that core. You're at the edge of your seat. You're gonna take a slight lean forward. I'm gonna have you just keep your hands on your thighs, lean forward, but belly button in, shift your weight, and come to stand. And then reverse it slowly and control it. So exhale to stand. Let's take an inhale to come down. Exhale to stand. Inhale to come down. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale. All right. Hopefully you did okay. I have a confession. I wasn't doing this kind of work in a while, and being all on vacation and stuff, I felt myself getting weaker here. And I could tell when I went to stand up from the toilet, I didn't feel as strong as I normally do. And I said, oh, time to get back to this. All right. So now I'm going to add all kinds of little Pilates tricks. Remember how I've always told you to test your arch alignment and your centeredness from your feet? What I'm going to have you do is lift the toes, which grounds the ball of the foot and automatically lifts your arches, automatically sends a little bit more power toward the outer foot, where your tissue actually touches the floor. So remember your 3 points of contact. Sorry for the hole in my sock. Oh, 1, 2, 3. So that first metatarsal, fifth metatarsal base, and then your heel. All right, I'm going to have you keep your toes up and try a few more of these. So exhale and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Can you keep those arches up? One more. And boom. All right. So now we're going to add the third part, which is hey, 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 our new toy. All right. So you're going to step into one at a time here. You're going to go up to the thighs, reposition socks and pants, and we're going to get it to that little sweet spot right above the knees. All right. So first things first, we're going to find we're still at the edge of our seat, and we are going to stack tall with our alignment. Pull in and up that pelvic floor, right? The gathering in and up. So your transversus is powered. Then you're going to press out and in, out, and release basically. A press, relax. Press out, relax. And then I just want you to eyeball your thighs and make sure that both look like they are pressing equally in range and back, and not just one going farther than the other. Equalize them. Boom. And boom. All right? So now, here's our extra little test. I'm going to have you power out, just add a little resistance and hold on to it. We're going to try for 4 more, holding a little press in your band. So exhale, gather your core in and up. Inhale down. Can you maintain that little press? Just recover it if it goes in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more. All right. Okay, so then you learn if it doesn't have enough power to stay out, then that's why we're doing this, to get stronger on our lateral support system, the hip and the knee. All right, so now we're going to add the next little thing, which is lifting those toes again. If you relaxed them, and lifting those arches again, widening the feet just a little bit as you press the band. Just make sure you're still in alignment. And here we go, 4 more. I swear we're going to be done with this one. Exhale. Hold on to it to come up. Toes are up. Inhale to come down. Press out. Exhale. Hold the press. Inhale down. 2 more. We can do it. Yay, team. All right, let's come out of that because our hips are going to wish we did. All right, we are going to, actually, let's just open our legs for a moment and just take a little releasing stretch. So from here, just ease on over into side bend. Again. Inhale through the middle. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, exhale. Because this conditioning, we're not only it's the hips, but you're also going to get lateral core firing too. So it's not just the legs with this extra resistance. You're getting core, you're getting side core, and a lot of stabilization for your lumbar. So it's good work, but we don't want to overdo it. All right, let's, if you can, move your chair to the very, very end of your mat. And you could do like just the front 2 feet, possibly on the mat, or all 4. Just make sure it feels as steady as it can. We're going to be putting our feet up there in a little while. All right, we're going to head down to the mat and work out some other stuff here. All right, let's come down to the floor. Let's bring your band just to the side of you on your way down. And as you kind of center up your chair down there. We're not going to do it right away, so let's come down. All right, so just center up for a moment. Your pelvis, your shoulders, your head down the middle of your mat. And let's gather in and up through the core. Let's lift the arms up. Just drop those blades for a moment and circle and ground the mid-back. And then relax. Palms up. So we're going to come back to picking up each foot. And cinching in that core. Going back to some simple basics here. Toe touches. breathing. Keep pulling inward. Relax your jaw and your neck. Woo. Rock the knees towards you, flex the heels, cinch in again, and heel touch. Wiggle out the neck, any tension in the shoulders, just let it all go. Breathe it out. Just come back to your core for everything you need here. All right, give the knees a hug and a little baby side rock. Love, love. Send your body lots of appreciation and love. All right, very good. Then we are going to straighten and bend both knees, although they're probably pretty warmed up here. Flex and point. Good, good, good. All right, we're going to place the feet back down, arms overhead, exhale, just upper body half curl. Inhale back. Very good. All right, I'm going to have you leave your arms overhead. We're going to put a couple things together here. We're going to bring both knees back in. We are going to go back into our upper body curl with your feet off the ground. So we're just going for 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to have you send your legs straight up and curl forward for 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Now I'm going to have you bend back the knees at about half and open the inner thighs to about half. And we're going to curl onto the diagonals for our obliques. So you're going to frame each thigh with your arms, alternating. Couple more, we can do it. You got it. Bring those back in, feet back to the floor, and roll the head side to side. Wiggle, wiggle. All right. So, we are going to take our feet to the edge of the mat for a moment. We're going to warm up our rounded bridge. So we're going to take that 6 o'clock rock or curl, and we're going to round, keep the spine rounded as we go up, and then peel each vertebra back down. Release it out, and go again. Relax the jaw, the neck, the shoulders, the arms, the face. Exhales to go up. You can breathe again on the way down, either way that feels good to you. Go at your own tempo. And last one here. All right, now we're going to stay in this wide foot position and flex up the heels, balancing on the back of the heel. You're going to try your neutral core lift. So Gather your center, pull in and up that pelvic floor, cinches that waist, and now hydraulically lift, neutral spine up, touch it down, and go again. Keep the thighs wide and aim slightly out. Ribs and pelvis go up together and come down together. Remember, your hand positions can just kind of help give you some feedback there. All right, very good, very good. Knees back in, a quick little hug before we add our band to this fun little party. All right, it's a loop band party. All right, back on the legs we go. Center up the pants and the socks. And we're back at the same position for now, right up below the knee or near the knee. All right, so we're coming back to, we're gonna have our feet down first and our neutral pelvis, but activate some core. And all I'm gonna have you do to start is just press out and in, out, relax it in. So again, here, if you can do a little bottom peripheral, you should be able to notice if one thigh just does not go the full range. See if you can equalize them. So we're doing this in different positions to see what we got. All right, that's enough of that. Now, we're going to keep the feet underneath you. We're going to come up into a rounded bridge. So back to 6 o'clock, peel it up, and find your balance. Once you're up there, keep your contraction and add again a little press out and relax it back to parallel, out and in, out and in. See if you can keep the pelvis tucked slightly and up in the air. Breathing. Boom. And boom. All right, that's enough of that. Come on down. Woo! That was fun. All right. Now I'm going to have you bring your knees in. Band is still around your thighs. Again, we're going to keep doing a little rocks here and there because I just want to make sure we take care of our low back for all this because it's getting quite a workout. All right, here's what we're going to do. We are going to now move the band down to the lower leg. And we're going to lengthen the leg up. And we've done all this stuff before because we've done it with the bands tied in a knot. So none of this is that big a deal, but this band is a lot stronger to me. All right, so we're going to flex those feet for a moment. Activate your core, and once again, a little press out and back in, out and in. And you can really eyeball to make sure both legs are going out as equally as possible. All right, so here's what we're going to do. From this position, we're going to, just like we did on the chair, we're going to press out, find a spot that you can hold equal resistance, just a little bit in the band. And then we're just going to have you bend the knees and straighten the knees, holding on to that resistance the whole pathway. You also want to just kind of eyeball, make sure your femurs, your thigh bones, your knees are staying in a good parallel position as you track with this. They're not inward rotating, but they're in a good solid parallel here. And last one there. Okay, all right, fold that in, give another little hug, a little side rock. Very good. All right, now I'm going to have you bring the band back up to the first position, and I'm going to have you lower your feet down because I'm going to have you do a scoot, a little body, butt, feet scoot until you're closer to your chair, and then I'm going to have you, with your core, bring your feet, the back side of your heels, and a little bit of your calf, about half of your calf, onto your chair. All right, you can find a good position there. So again, this is nothing really that new. We've done these on the ball, but here's where the chair comes in handy. When we're trying to add another prop, can you imagine trying to do this prop and the ball? Not quite yet. So the chair offers us a steady position to really condition without things moving around. All right, so you are going to flex those feet. We've already kind of warmed up our neutral core, so we're going to come back to that. So I'm going to have you cinch up the core, pelvic floor in and up. I'm going to have you press out into the band again and hold just a little bit, not a lot, just enough. Hold the resistance, and we're going to add neutral core lift to a holding on to a little band outer resistance here. So exhale, press down. So lift, inhale to lower, exhale up. You don't have to go very high. But what's also cool about the height of this position is it really works your hamstrings up here. And up. And up. All right, very good. Relax the band. And now, depending on your chair and your cushion and your stability, I'm going to let you decide. If you've got a cushion here and you can place your arches at the edge of your chair, great. And if you can't, then just keep with the heel, all right, for a rounded bridge. Either one will work, but you've got some options here. So I'm going to have you back up just a little bit if you are at the edge of your chair, and we're going to try for a big old rounded bridge. So arches, and you're going to kind of press down on the chair, so don't push the chair out. Press down, widen your band just a slight bit, exhale, and peel up a rounded bridge, and peel it back down. And if you need to scoot back out a little farther, do whatever feels right. Exhale, 6 o'clock. Peel it up. Inhale down. Oh yeah, nice and controlled. Keep a little press in the band if you can. And if your hips are just done, don't worry about it. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. We're just going to try one more here. And back. Woohoo! Yay, team! All right, peel that band off of your legs. And now I'm going to have you scoot back towards your chair. We're going to do a couple more things without the band. And that is, if you manage to do that inside arch thing, that's great. And if you still need to do it from the heels, that's fine too. I'm going to work on inward rotation. So I want you to take the feet as wide on your chair as you can go, whether you're on your arches or heels, doesn't matter. And then I'm going to have you inward rotate the whole leg. So your thighs are going to touch, toes are going to aim in, you're going to attempt for a little, as much of an inward rotation as you can get. All right, now we're going to go back to neutral core lift. So keep the thighs pressed, you're not going to go very high, and just a little bridge up and down, little bridge up and down. Stay inward, thighs, lower leg toes, exhale to lift, inhale down. So this is a counter to what we were just firing outside. Now we're really firing on the inside to help balance out what we're doing here. Boom. Boom. And boom. You got it. Woohoo! All right, just rest those legs on your chair now. Oh, thank goodness. right? Wiggle, wiggle, just kind of like we would on the ball. Just relax those legs. All right. So you can also, I'm just going to throw this out, but you can also use the chair like we do the ball. So like with your thighs all the way onto the seat. You can do some rounded bridging from this position like we would on the ball. So you could we'll just go through it. A little 6 o'clock, a little exhale up and peel it down. So you can do it without the band. You can also get the, kind of straighten the legs a little bit if the chair lets you, unless the edge of the chair is too hard. But anyway, so you can use the chair for all the same things we do the ball work with. It just won't roll out of your way. Right? Which is good. So let's come up one more, and let's just hold here for a balance for a moment. Let's reach the arms up, and then back overhead, and just do our little arm dance while we're up in the air here. Alternate the arms, one above, one below. Keep breathing. Arms back, and peel that back down. Nice. All right, so then we're just gonna scoot back, place the feet back down, and wiggle yourself back out of the way of the chair so that we can lift up each leg, give a little cross-country ski action on the ceiling. And then open those inner thighs, hold on and circle the ankles, and reverse. Curl the toes up and spread them out. Curl them up, spread them out. Good. Bend at the knees and bring them up toward the armpits. Hold there. Big ol' exhale. And then feet back down off of the mat and double knee fold to one side. Big ol' sigh, relax everything. This is going to be a good stretch for those muscles we're working hard on, so let them release here for a moment. Up and over to the other side, then release. Very good. And then feet back up underneath you, ankle across the knee. Just a little slow motion butterfly wing. And then figure 4 in. And back down, other side. Wiggle, easy slow-mo. And back in. And then back down. Take a rock around your pelvic clock, going one way, give it a check-in, and then reverse. Nice. And then release that out. All right, we're gonna gently roll to one side and come up. Just pause there for a minute while I get the music going. And then we are going to, how would I like to do this? I would like to possibly gently, if you can, move your chair off of your mat and just a little bit more out of your way. Just don't want you to hit it on this next one, and just put the band on the chair for now. All right, because I want to go back to the mat on our bellies. We're doing plenty of lateral work, so we're not going to do side today. But I want you to go back to the bellies because I want to also continue to go back and forth with your inward rotation. And we're going to do one more on the chair for this one too. All right, so I'm going to have you, you can just rest your chin or your forehead on your hands for right now, and I want you just to relax those legs and allow the thighs to lengthen and allow that pubic bone to push down into the mat for a moment. Really feel that power up. Then I'm going to have you bend both knees, and I'm going to have you open this bottom leg, the bottom part of the legs, out to the sides. We've done this before. So this is an inward rotation stretch for, actually it stretches your outer rotators, but from an inward rotated place. So I'm just going to have you come in and out. So the lower leg is going to touch, and then you're going to gently plop to the sides. And your thighs, I'm going to have you keep pushing or kind of moving the thighs toward each other, and then keep checking in with that pubic bone and keeping it down the best you can. So they touch and they open, they touch and they open. Good. Now I'm going to have you leave them out there, and I'm going to have you create just a little circle, they're going to go in their own little separate circle out there to the sides. And just notice if you're feeling, stretch somewhere. You might feel it on the outer hip. You might feel it in your outside joint. You might feel it all the way up to your lumbar a little bit. But just notice if you've got anything in there. That could tell you where some tightness is being held. Now reverse your little circles with your little lower legs. And then just do a little, just plop, plop, plop. So just little relaxing. So you're trying not to hold tension here at all. Just let them plop open. And now let them hang out there for a minute. Let them get heavy in this stretch and see if you can push that pubic bone back down, activate a little core while they are releasing. Breathe it out. Good. And then gently bring them back to the floor and do a little bit more wiggle, wiggle. All right, from here we're going to come up to the elbows and very gently do your scoot back into child's pose. Easy does it. And release here for a moment. Stretching the hands, curling up, stretching out. Very good. Then up onto all fours, and we are going to give a little challenge to our core here through our downward dogs again. So we're going to tuck the toes. We're going to feel that an invisible strong arm lift us up from our core up to our downward dog. Sit back in the heels. And then lengthen the head out over the arms and slowly bring the knees down. So that slow part is the conditioning part. So exhale, gather your core, lift it up, sit it back. Lengthen out almost to a plank over the arms and slowly bend the knees. How slow can you go? Oh yeah. Exhale, so you're a little bit to the outer palm. Exhale up, sit it back. Lengthen out, slowly come down. Couple more, we can do it. Gather it up, exhale. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, lower. One more. Yay, team. All right, from there, we're going to pinch it. So slide forward onto one cheek. Have a seat on that cheek. Shin is a little forward. Other leg stretches back behind you. And come on down onto the elbows. You can shake those hands out. And then rest the forehead again. Same arm above, the same leg behind. And then press up, lifting the core, little outer palm. Lift, center as best you can. Ground the shoulder blades so you've got a long neck. And just a slight heart lift. Breathe here while those hip flexors really open up in the front of your back hip, into the pelvis. Good. And then back up onto all fours, to the other side. Have a seat, stretch the legs back to the elbows first. And then forehead to hands. And then same arm above, same leg behind. Stretch it up there. And then lifting the torso, outer palm press, ground the shoulder blades, long neck, little heart lift, belly in. You need the extra support from the front. Center the best you can. Breathe through that back hip stretch. Very good. All right, then back up onto all fours. And we're going to take our cat-cow. So just hold a C curve in your spine for a moment. Let that stretch again. And then lengthen out. I'm going to tuck the toes. And come on to our squat. And then bottoms up. Hang upside down, nod the head, yes. And then soften the knees as you slowly walk up your thighs and stack. All right, shake it out. Put the girls back where they trying to escape from. And then I'm going to do just a couple more gentle things. No more bands, so you can get that one out of the way. But just a couple more things I wanted to review with you. So other things you can do on the chair. So keeping with that inward rotation, here's another way that you can do that little stretchy poo, and I've been doing this more often, and I don't know, kind of feeling good to my hips. It's one of the things that my PT had said to make sure that we were all strong in. So I'm starting with the movement part of the inward rotation. We're not going to add bands at this point, but we will eventually. All right, so you're back at the edge of your seat. Your thighs are together, pressed in, but you're going to see if you can do one at a time, a little inward rotation and moving that lower leg out, out, out. Looks like a little dance. Looks like the Charleston. But this is Pilates class, so I will refrain. So and just in particular, noticing if there's any place that feels a little snug, or if you're lacking the same range on one side. Now I'm going to have you sit all the way back in the chair. So now your full thigh is supported, and your feet might even be able to move a little easier. So all the way back now. See if you can, still the thighs are going to stay just connected. Now see if you can do both. So this is an inward rotation movement for the hips, but from a seated position. And I notice that I have a little bit less range in my right side, and that's my longer leg. It's a little bit more jammy up in this side, so I'm already pretty aware that I'm tighter there. But I've been noticing, so if you've got one side that seems a little snug, but there's no pain, you could just add a few extra little swings on your tighter side and just keep the leg as relaxed as you can and see if it just helps loosen it. Good. And then do a test run, adding them both back together and see if they've starting to match. Yeah, all right, then shake that out. Good, good, good. Let's see here. All right, we've done that. Okay, so just back to the edge of your seat for a moment, and we're gonna pretend we have the band. We're gonna just keep a little parallel. We're gonna come back to our tall spine. Just place your fingers on your shoulders. We're gonna come back to our gentle rotation. All right, so this is really snug in me, so I know it's gonna be a little snug for you. So just go slow. Gather that center in, and eventually they loosen back up and allow your range to come back. So eventually it'll be cool. We did the ring work last week for our rotation. So eventually I'll do a band and a ring where we'll be able to do some of this work at the same time. All right, so now I'm going to have you take your first rotation and then finish it with your cervical, with your neck, and look as far as you can. Inhale through the middle, rotate. So this is your thoracic part of the rotation. Then the rest of it is the cervical. Take a breath. Drop those shoulders out of your ears if they start to creep up. And then let's do that again. First side. Exhale. Finish with the neck. Inhale, center. Second side. Exhale, finish. And back to center. You got it. You can also, you don't have to move. I'm just going to show you from the side. You can also, from the edge of your little seat, you can take your little C curve, just like we would on the ball, and then back to tall spine. So you could do it either with the back if you've got room, or you could do it to the side. So let's do that. So 6 o'clock, C curve back. You feel your core. Even though you're in your up in a chair, there's still all kinds of ways to contract and lengthen. Contract. See that vibration? And lengthen. See? Couple more. And back up. See there? All right. Now we're going to stand back behind the chair and do, I'm going to show you from the side, but you can position it any way you want. We've done these before, but it's just another way to do a lunge stretch. If you just need a quick go-to and you need to hang on to something, just put one foot behind the chair, other foot as far back as you can, toes straight ahead, back heel down, bend the front knee and square off that pelvis. Then you're supported to stay upright here with the chair and really get another nice hip flexor stretch here. You can always add a slight little 6 o'clock to this stretch anywhere you do it and get even more stretch here. Breathe it out. So you're getting a calf stretch and hip flexor stretch. Ease that back in, give it a little shake, and then switch sides. Toes straight ahead, front knee bent, back heel down, spine is upright. Square off the pelvis, add a slight 6 if you need it, and breathe. And then scoot that in, give that a little shake. And the other thing you can do, depending on the back of the chair, is just hang out into a flat back here. So if it's not too impingy, or if you need to put your hands out to the sides, that's fine too, whatever helps your shoulders. As you flat back, you can change your arm position, nice stretch. Then soften one knee, send that stretch. Oh yeah, a lot farther, a little bit more into the waist even. And then switch. And then just scoot in just a little bit with the feet, bend both knees, and create another C curve or a standing cat-cow, right? It's kind of a halfway between, little supported move here. This opens your low back in. And then you can press on up and shake it out. And that's how you do chair for the ageless. Yes. Woohoo! All right, everybody, let's take that full body on stretch. Twirl some wrists. I gotta move this out of the way before I hit it. And then exhale. Swing those arms. Inhale. Swing. And maybe now add a leg. And then just flick, shake, wiggle, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Whatever feels good, just wiggle it out. Woo! Nice. All right, we're getting strong, everybody. Strong for the new year. Reaching up and receiving peace and calm and, creativity and joy and just things that keep our focus on things that just bring us life, right? Life and joy and great health. Let go of the rest. And inhale for focusing on your joy and doing good things for yourself in every way. Give yourself a hug. Pat yourself on the back. Give your heart some extra love and appreciation in your body. And oh, give your little hippies a little rub, won't you? We didn't get a chance to rub them. But rub and tell them it's okay. It's going to be okay. Don't panic. We're getting strong. We're getting stable, right? We want to be able to keep them going and keep doing our everything, our daily everything in good shape and ease. So that's why we're going to stay conditioned. So thanks, everybody. I hope that feels okay. Remember, only send love in 2 days. Love, love.